Alrighty, we are live. I'm going to give it a second here for people to join in if you haven't joined in already. Let's see here. All right, everybody, welcome back to another Serious Angler podcast. Pretty exciting episode for you guys because we are live again. This will be our first official live podcast, individual podcast. Obviously, we had people on live for the 100th episode, but this will be our first one-on-one. If Andrew's able to join us tonight, Andrew right now is doing his fatherly duties, so he will join us if he gets home in time. So we're going to tease him if he does get on here because it's, obviously first podcast since he is going to be our co-host. So we're going to give him some trouble here, either this week or next week, whichever week he comes on. But super excited to have Zack on here today, Mr. Zack Hall, good friend of mine. And we're going to get him on here to talk about a whole bunch of stuff. I know he's been on the podcast a few times, but we're gonna do a little catching up, talk a little future with him, and we're going to go from there. Obviously with Zack, we're going to be going on some tangents for sure. I don't doubt we're going to go down some rabbit holes, but it's going to be a fun time. So before we get into that, I want to send a huge shout out to Douglas Outdoors for sponsoring this podcast. High quality premium rods. If you guys haven't heard about it, go to www.douglasoutdoors.com. Check them out. And if you're in the market for premium tungsten jigs, tungsten weights, some innovative terminal tackle, guys should check out Queen Tackle. You can use the code SeriousAngler20 to get yourself some high-quality premium tungsten jigs and weights. So with that being said, thanking our sponsors, of course, Angler and Amped Outdoors for helping out as well. We are going to get on our guest, this Louisiana maniac, this Mr. I'm famous on TikTok. Yeah, I see you. I have so many more nicknames I want to tell the people, but I think we'll let them unleash at a later time. Without further ado, Mr. Zack Hall.
Oh, now I'm live. I thought I was live the whole time. I was sitting here being quiet.
I couldn't see you. Only I had the burden of seeing you.
I was over here trying to be quiet and not make a peep while you're doing your sweet intro.
I wouldn't call it sweet. I'd be calling there's that.
I could have been slurping my Mountain Dew the whole time.
Are you part of that? Did you get contacted about the whole Mountain Dew campaign thing?
Oh yes, absolutely. The podcast brought to you by Mountain Dew.
That would be
I think everybody in the outdoor community. I didn't get messaged by it, but a lot of people did.
It seemed like they only messaged people from Minnesota.
Really?
I only saw everybody who posted that about the whole Mountain Dew thing was from Minnesota. At least that I saw.
Really? I could have swore I seen like Jason Christie or somebody post something about it. I seen like a lot of random people posting stuff about it.
Yeah. I was like, where'd you guys get your info from?
And then what? Mountain Dew's paying for people's licenses or something? That's like the big deal.
Something like $20 or something towards it. I don't know. I don't know the whole.
They kept saying there was a big announcement, and I never saw the big announcement, but I heard about it in the group chat or whatever.
Yeah.
Today.
Yeah. I don't know. It's interesting.
That's a good thing, I guess. That's cool. I love Mountain Dew.
Yeah. You can't go wrong.
Yeah. I mean, it's not the most healthy thing to drink on a hot summer day.
Let's be real
here, but it's good.
I heard it like kills your sperm count or something weird.
I don't know about that. Anyways.
Somebody's pulling my leg. What's going on, Brandon Lewis? What's going on, buddy? Hope you are well.
I can't. Oh, I have to pull up the whole chat. That way, should I put it on comments?
Yeah, you can get a comment so you can see what people are talking crap about you.
Well, my finger is not registering with my screen. Probably because I have this pulled up and a browser. Oh, hello. Here we go.
You got it? Okay.
Yeah.
We're still getting out the kinks of the whole live podcast thing. We're getting this stream service. So
got to start somewhere.
Yeah, right. Well, all right, dude. How you been? I know you've been obviously have some big moves, some big announcements, but you've been getting out in the water at all?
Not lately. Not probably for the past week and a half, I guess. I've been working in Kentucky. I had like 3 months off where I fished so hardcore it was ridiculous. Like
I was gonna say it's
4 to 5 days a week.
Yeah, I'd say it's probably the biggest or the longest break you've had from fishing since what, January?
Yeah, and I'm kind of having some withdrawals, but bow season's coming up too, so that's also like getting me excited. Like,
so are you like
shifting gears almost?
Yeah, are you just gonna just pretty much forget the fishing stuff and just go hunt full time hardcore, or are you gonna try to like get in some time on the water?
Oh, I'm definitely going to try to get some time in on the water over the fall bite.
Yeah.
Try a rerun of the spring bite on Lake St. Clair.
Yeah. For people who don't know, this guy, you caught what, 12 over 6 pounds, right?
Yes, in 2 months on Lake St. Clair.
Yeah.
Smallmouth, all smallmouth.
I hate you.
Absolutely. Stupid.
Yeah.
They should make a movie about that because that was absolutely ridiculous.
all on a jerkbait, right?
Almost every single one of them was on a jerkbait. I think probably 2 of them were on a tube. On the big Jackal 130 re-range. Secret shad color. That's all I'm going to tell you.
Giving out all the juice now.
It's the big ones. They're like 3/4 ounce.
You're gonna go to St. Clair and see guys going around their boats, watching your videos, trying to look at the lake. Be like, "Oh, where's this spot?"
Oh, dude, that wouldn't surprise me if somebody's already tried it, because there's been a few people watching the videos from that area that comment on there.
Yeah, people trying to expose you.
It's not like a secret spot. It's definitely a spot I stumbled upon.
Yeah,
like one of my first trips out there.
Just beating the bank and just found it.
Yeah, I was just kind of graphing. I can't tell too much information. I was just kind of graphing, and a lot of people that fish out there, they're fishing rocks. That's like the main thing because it's a very featureless body of water.
Yep.
Before it gets real warm out, it's still colder. All the fish are a little bit deeper. If you can find structure out deeper, obviously, it's probably going to hold some fish. Well, a lot of people catch them on rocks out there in early season. I found all my fish on wood. Like all of the stuff I was fishing was wood.
There you go.
Nobody else was fishing that stuff. I don't know. I'd never seen anybody fishing it the whole time I was doing that for like 2 months.
Yeah.
And that's just how I was catching those fish in 6 to 10 feet of water. And I'm talking like 38 degrees one day, 43 degrees another day, 47 degrees. All these fish were in that shallow water that was that cold. And I was even talking to a buddy in Canada. He was like, dude, I've never been on a bite like that out there, like that. What you're doing, you just figured something out crazy. I was just winging it, Not from up there. It's all new to me. Jerk bait, pause.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Good avenue to go down, and that was the ticket. Jerk bait, submerged wood, features, no rock.
So let me ask you, because now that we're talking about this, I'm getting curious because I didn't actually ask you these specific questions prior. But see, when you said 38 degrees, 43 degrees, are you talking water temp?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah.
So you're throwing that re-range in 38 degrees.
Yeah. And I caught some good fish.
The
best day was actually like the 43 degree water day was probably the best day I had out there.
Oh, no doubt. That makes sense. But the 38 is like
dude, that's the coldest I've ever caught. Well, I guess with the graph that I got on the kayak now, I pay attention to the water temperature all the time. I'm anal about that now. Yeah. So looking back, that's probably the craziest bite I had in that cold of water. The first day I found it was, I caught a bunch over 4 pounds. I may have caught 1 or 2 5-pounders the first day. I didn't even have a measuring board. I couldn't even enter those fish in the KBF monthly. I paid for my KBF monthly, and I ordered a board, and it didn't come in time. I was like, oh, I'm going to go fishing, explore. Stumbled upon a freaking insane spot. I probably caught 100 inches that first day.
That hurts.
But it was so crazy. My GoPro batteries all died, and I just went Facebook Live. And I was just catching giant smallmouth on Facebook Live, and all my friends from back home were like, oh, my God. Like, dude, this is nuts. I'm going to get CNN out here. This is Crazy.
Dude, but I think 38 degrees, I pretty much all I have on deck is like a 2.75-inch swim bait and then like a blade bait. I don't ever think to throw, because a reed range is a bigger size jerk bait. I don't think to throw that.
Yeah, it's a really big jerk bait to me compared to everybody always throws the 110s.
Yeah.
Bass, I mean, that's like the size. But I'm kind of like bigger bait, bigger fish.
Did you?
If they want it, they want it. If they don't, they don't. I'll know quick. Huh?
Yeah. Was it a numbers deal most of the days, or was it just size?
Mostly, that's the thing. It was size and numbers. Those first few trips, when was it? It was beginning of April, actually. Those first few trips, it was like the first week of April, second week of April. I caught very few little fish. Never in my life have I made a trip to the lake and fished for the first half or second half of the day and caught so many big fish while catching so many a less amount of little fish.
Mm-hmm.
Like I caught so many quality fish over 3 to 4 pounds.
Well, you definitely stumbled on a pattern and had all the variables align in terms of finding a rare bite where it only draws bigger fish or bigger bites. I personally think if you were using a smaller jerkbait, you might not have stumbled on that.
Yeah, I don't know. I probably would have caught smaller fish too. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. But I think that maybe that re-range just has more drawing power. It's probably what it is. I don't know what it sounds like. I've never actually held one.
It's got a lot of clack in it, and it's got a tungsten weight deal that shifts whenever you cast.
Yeah.
And you can cast that thing really far.
Okay.
And that's what I was doing, casting as far as I could. And I found grass, like maybe 2 or 3 inches, 2 to 3 inch long grass growing up off the bottom. And I was throwing that over that and catching them over that. I was catching them by the wood. As long as I was in the vicinity of the wood, that's where I was catching fish. Like old dock structure growing up that's abandoned.
Yeah, you're throwing 15-pound 4-0, aren't you?
12-pound and 15-pound, mostly 15-pound because some days the water's not clear enough for me to actually see. And I'll run it a little too close to that wood, and them zebra mussels will fray you all up bad.
Yeah.
Up at the 15-pound, and it's such a big jerk bait. It's still getting such good action. Losing action was never an issue up in the pounds.
Yeah. Dude, that's sick. I'm so jealous. Unfortunately, now I don't think you're going to find that bite where you're situated currently.
No.
That's one of your
I'm thinking maybe fall. I could probably do the same exact thing. Just got to pay attention to the conditions. Try to get out there and time it right.
I would think, if anything, it might even be better, depending on the fall bite on St. Clair. I don't know it. You could probably reach out to Nowak. He might know how that bite is, but that could be pretty sick. A sick fall bite for sure, because that's where they literally just chase bait. That's when they kind of heavily feed on bait fish before those winter months. But yeah, now you're in Kentucky. You've made the big switch. You are working. Obviously, you're down at a hotel, not in good old Michigan anymore. Now you're in Kentucky. How's that?
It's not bad. It's a little warmer. Not much warmer. I mean, it's still warm up in Michigan right now. Getting a bunch of thunderstorms here, though. Actually, having a thunderstorm rolling in right now. Actually,
like a Florida thunderstorm or like a northern thunderstorm?
Some good lightning. Yeah. Lightning and thunder. It's rolling in right now. I'm gonna have to look out my window. Oh, it ain't that bad. Hell, weatherman. That's the only job you can have and be wrong all the time and still have a job.
Dude, I literally, you're preaching to the choir.
I was looking at the reports earlier. I was like, man, it's going to get bad tonight. And I'm looking out right now, and it's like, I can go for a jog on the other end of town. Yeah,
Saturday during the BFL, it said we were supposed to have north winds at 6 or 7, and it was glass calm all day long.
Really?
Yeah. I wasn't complaining.
Yeah.
Because usually that lake situates pretty good when it's calm and dead. Most guys don't like it, but I love it. Maybe it's just because it's a kayak thing, but I've learned a good pattern out there that's pretty good when it's calm. Usually when guys don't like it, but Sunday we got some good wind. What's that?
One less thing to worry about when you don't have to deal with fighting the wind and all that.
Yeah, no doubt, 100%. So what body of water is closest to you then?
I haven't done a lot of research here yet, honestly. I really do not know. I mean, we got I guess it's the Ohio River just north of me.
Yeah.
I think. I could be completely wrong. I haven't even really looked. I can pull it up on my computer though.
Let's see. Where are you staying?
I am
like
in
Kentucky. What town?
just south of Florence. I'm right by Florence.
Kentucky.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got the big old water tower that says Florence, y'all.
We got another. We'll move away from what we're going to talk about later. But we got Navionics pulled up here, so we're going to pull up Kentucky. Where's Florence?
Right, just south of Cincinnati. It's literally on the border.
Let's see. Here we go, Cincinnati. It's really hard to kind of differentiate the borders here. Let's see. Am I in the right vicinity? Ohio River.
Oh, yeah, so it is the Ohio River.
So where are you then? Am I in the right direction here?
Yeah, you got to go. I can't show you without pointing.
Yeah. I go north or south?
South a little bit.
South.
Dang, I'm going to have to pull up Navionics on me, too.
Yeah, you know what I should do? Just look up where the heck.
Well, look, Williamston Lake. That's pretty close to me.
Is that close?
AJ Jolly Lake. That's not far.
Bolts Lake, Turkey Branch. Who the heck names this stuff?
Yeah, I'm going to have to go check them spots out.
Got some ledges on Turkey Branch. Let's see what else we got. You said Williamston Lake? Let's see what we got here.
It's pretty good size.
That looks decent, yeah. Got some little pockets. Not really a ledge lake.
That's the only bad thing about traveling and working like this is I don't have a good spot to keep my kayak. You know?
Right.
So
you just have to keep it on your vehicle, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would. The job site I'm at right now, I can't really just keep it at the job site.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah, it kind of sucks.
Man, yeah, if you're more south, you could go to Tennessee. But, yeah, it's tough. Do you have, like, ponds or anything? Have you looked around?
Funny story. I actually worked down here, like, 2 or 3 years ago, just south of Louisville, and we found an awesome pond. We went knocking on some doors one day, and the guy said, yeah, $10, you can go fish it. You can keep anything you catch out of there. We ended up catching, like, 40 or 50 bass, and we kept, like, 10 of them. They were all perfect eating size, like 13 inchers. So we took them home and ate them. There's a lot of fish in there, though.
Yeah.
And that was cool. And that's just west of me, probably 45 minutes. So that is a possibility.
Yeah. Can you see the comments I pop up here?
Yeah, I got my computer pulled up, too. Just so I can type on my computer instead of bringing it up and blocking everything out of my screen.
You can see Forrest talking trash to you, but Josh Smith said there's good walleye fishing in the Ohio River.
Walleye's good.
I have no idea how to fish for walleye. Forrest has been trying to get me out, but just the stars have not aligned yet.
They're good eating. Early season, we go and you can fling a rooster tail or like a little fluke with a jig head or something like that. There's a couple different ways to catch them.
Yeah.
We catch our limit, like out of the Flint River up in Michigan.
Yeah.
But I've caught them on jigs, bass fishing.
Yeah. I've only caught them deep cranking or throwing a drop shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I've never caught them on drop shot, but I caught them on Ned rig.
So let me ask you this, because you're in a hotel. Do you even have a kitchen, like a means to even cook?
I got a microwave.
Oh,
microwave and a mini fridge.
Oh, your diet must suck right now.
Oh, dude, I've ate Hot Pockets all weekend. Just saving some money because I eat out so much. It gets expensive.
Josh Smith used chicken livers.
I've never heard of anybody using chicken liver for walleye, but I'm not a big-time walleye fisherman. So we use chicken livers for catfish.
Yeah, I was going to say, Josh, comment down below. Did you stumble on that catfishing, or did you actually go for walleye using chicken liver? I'm curious, but But yeah, dude, your hot pocket thing. It's funny you say that because you're pretty famous on TikTok, and that TikTok you made of the hot pocket. I laughed probably. I watched that probably 100 times.
That was a good one. To be fair, I didn't make it up. I seen somebody else do it, and I couldn't find who it was. Like I seen it a couple weeks ago, and I couldn't find who it was to like go back and like at least tag them or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen a few people do it since then, but I guess I was going to tag the original person first. But like whatever, it's funny. I can't resist. I got to post it.
Yeah, that was really good.
I'm running out of ideas, so that's what you get for now.
Small swim baits and curly tail. That's how Forrest goes for walleye all the time. That's all. You won't shut up about it.
Forrest ain't no walleye. That boy don't know what he's talking about.
He does say you like squatted trucks.
See, I told you he don't know what he's talking about.
Oh, that's funny. But dude, so obviously it looks kind of tough in Kentucky for your fishing, unless you want to go to a pond or Ohio River. Although this Williamstown town lake, you'd have to do maybe like a YouTube search or something to see if there's even fish in there worthwhile. But it looks intriguing.
That's usually what I do. If it's a questionable body of water, I'll check it out on YouTube. Somebody usually slip up and give out the goods on there. I'm the type of person that if I fish a small body of water, I ain't going to tell you in my video.
Yeah.
I'll let you sit there and guess.
Too many spot burners out there.
Yeah.
But so you have your job in Kentucky. You got some BFLs coming up. You actually have one this weekend, correct?
Yep.
So actually, Josh Smith said, stumbled on it catfishing. It just seemed to work in different areas for walleye. Ohio River along the West Virginia border has been the best. So There you go. Yeah, catfishing.
It's not too far from me.
No, it's not bad. But you so a 5-hour drive home this weekend because you are fishing BFL on the Lake of St. Clair.
Yes, sir.
What is your excitement level?
Well, I'm excited to go back and fish Lake St. Clair and catch some smallmouth. Hopefully. But I'm not excited to draw a poo-poo boater.
That is always the main concern.
The BFL, to be fair, the BFL I fished last year on Lake St. Clair, that was my first any kind of FLW tournament. Then my first BFL, yada yada. Actually, my first real big tournament like that with that many people. And I drew a guy from Canada. His name is Mike Kizis. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. Kizis or Kizis. Mm-hmm. Super cool dude. Man, dude's smart. He actually bought one of the Johnston brothers' old boat.
Okay.
Like he actually knows them. He knows a couple other people.
So he probably knows a thing or two about smallmouth fishing then.
Yeah, he actually guides there. He's lived there on St. Clair like the past 20 years. And he guides there now. So he knows a lot. And he taught me a lot about smallmouth that first trip out with him. So
that's pretty cool.
So
you got paired up with him. How'd you do?
I caught my limit, and I ended up with just over 15 pounds, and I placed like 33rd. Yeah, 33rd out of 130 something, I think.
Nice.
So I did decent.
Yeah.
I just missed the money by, I don't know, maybe like 10 spots or something like that.
Yeah, I think they pay out for 20 or 22 or something like that.
Yeah. It was cool, though. I learned a lot from him that day. Still keep in touch with him. We still text back and forth and stuff. He's a super cool dude.
That's awesome, dude. Yeah, I'm jealous.
And then I had all these horrible experiences. No. Then I had a bad experience in Lake Champlain, but.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah. This weekend was interesting. I definitely learned a lot. It definitely wasn't. I'll leave it at I did not learn what to do. I learned what not to do as a boater. And we're going to leave it there. But overall, it was home. It was a home lake, so I couldn't argue with it. It was a fun time. Saw some people I haven't seen in a while, so it was good.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. How did they do y'all's weigh-in? Just have to mask
so essentially, just everybody had to wear a mask. They didn't really have a 6-foot rule in place or anything like that. They did different flights as usual, but it wasn't crammed by any means at all. So it was good. Everybody was wearing masks and it was fun.
Just don't make out with each other and don't sniff the back
pretty
of
much.
somebody else's neck.
It was a pretty difficult ask, but it wasn't too hard.
Yeah.
But dude, so after this BFL, from my understanding, you're going to be back in Kentucky for a little bit, and then obviously bow season's coming up. Is it before or after bow season that you're taking your Louisiana, Michigan self to the good old Nevada?
That'll probably be next year. Like
next year,
like the beginning of next year, because I should be in Kentucky for like the next 4 months, roughly.
Okay.
And then Nevada's looking like next year.
All right. So what are you doing out there?
I will be working for a company I used to work for. I can't give too much information about it now or just yet because they're still tying up loose ends and stuff like that. But it's going to be a government contract out there doing stuff for like every department in the state.
That's pretty cool. You made tying up loose ends sound like they're killing people off to make room for you.
No, I'll have like my own little crew and everything out there. It's we're going in, like I got to become a resident of Nevada and all kind of stuff to even be able to do it. They're gonna move my family out there and stuff like that. So
so this is like permanent.
4 years, at least, roughly 3 to 4 years.
That's a big move, dude.
Yeah, it'll be worth it though.
Are you excited for it, or are you kind of nervous, anxious? What?
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'll finally be able to hunt elk and hunt mule deer and hunt pronghorn, all the stuff I've dreamed about since I was a kid.
There you go.
I like fishing, but I like hunting too.
If you had to choose one, you could only hunt or fish for the rest of your life. What are you picking?
That's a tough one. I don't know.
You're held against your will.
That's the difference between hunting and fishing. Hunting, you spend so much time chasing after one moment.
Yeah.
Fishing, you get a bunch of moments and then one trip most of the time.
Yeah.
So that's what makes them different, but that's what makes hunting so cool. You know what I mean? It's a lot of work.
A lot more rewarding.
You can screw it up too. There's a lot of things that can screw it up. You can't just like cast right back out there and like, no,
the fish can't smell
that.
Yeah, the fish can't smell you.
Yeah, it's I don't know which one I would pick. That's a crazy question. I'll have to like go to bed tonight and think about it and wake up and give you an answer tomorrow.
I don't think that's an answer you can honestly ever fully 100% give, just because there's so many swings. Like there's times where I'm a tree stand and I'm like, yeah, I like hunting more than fishing. But then times around the water, like, yeah, screw hunting.
Yeah.
And it's just the life of an outdoorsman. That's all it is. But
oh yeah, like springtime. I mean, yeah, it's turkey season, and I completely blew off turkey season this past spring because I was so hard up on catching them smallmouth.
After 12 6-pounders, I don't blame you.
Yeah. If the smallmouth fishing wasn't that good, I probably would have turkey hunted more.
Yeah. Good grief. And Forrest is still in the chat talking crap about both of us, actually.
Oh, wow.
Poor Forrest.
Good Lord. He thinks he's hitting on me. He's telling your women. So you have multiple women?
Apparently I have women, not women.
Women. All Bailey catches is
he ain't the brightest bulb.
All Zack can kill is yearlings. Ooh, that's a low blow. I did shoot a small doe this past year.
Fishing all day, Bailey. The only thing you can kill is a white claw. Oh, that's funny. Well, dude, let's pull up Navionics here, because you said you're heading to Nevada, but we were talking offline earlier, and you mentioned you're either going to Reno or Las Vegas, correct?
Yep, that's as far as I know
for sure.
So far.
Which one? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know which one they're gonna send me to, because I can put in I can tell them which one I would prefer, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna get it.
Well, let's see. Well, Las Vegas here. What's this one? Lake Powell in Utah. I've heard about this, but
I've heard of Lake Powell.
Yeah, Oh, that's got to be pretty damn far for you, anyways, from Las Vegas. But
Yeah,
Lake Mead.
Reno's all the way up top left.
I've heard a lot about Lake Mead, mainly from.
I didn't even know that was right by Las Vegas. I've heard of that place too.
Yeah, Lake Mead. I've heard a lot from because I listened to Josh Bertrand's podcast, Anglers Happy Hour, and Lake Mead seems to be something they bring up just about every show. So a lot of spotted bass, a lot of smallmouth, I hear. Really good striper fishing, apparently.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I've never caught a big striper.
See, this just looks overwhelming to me. This makes my glacial lakes seem so much simpler. When I look at this, it's like, don't
looks
know
pretty intense.
Yeah, do not know where to start.
I guarantee there's a lot of rich people cutting out on boats out there, and gigantic pleasure boats.
Yeah.
Being right by Las Vegas.
Sure, that would be fun for you on that little kayak of yours.
The perfect kayak lake.
Apparently, it gets rowdy real quick. So some of these little almost looks like creeks into other pools, essentially. Probably better for you in a kayak situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, the creeks lead into more different. Looks like different bays is what they refer to it as. But Lake Mead would be a cool little place to get away from.
Heck yeah. I'm actually kind of looking forward to fishing in California more than anything because they have a lot of no motor lakes. Like,
oh, really?
A lot of those big bass lakes, like a lot of those lakes that Mike Long was fishing, they were trolling motor only or electric only.
So they're the lakes where you go to snag the 10+ pounders.
Yeah, if you want to go snag some bass, hit that man
that
up.
double hook pattern I heard is fire.
Yeah, send him a message.
Let's see. So if you stay in Reno, you're gonna have. Let's see. There's a reservoir here. A couple little reservoirs. This is probably some of the stuff you're talking about.
Oh yeah, I didn't see that one. There's more bodies of water there than I thought. That's nice.
Stampede Reservoir. Yeah, you got a bunch of little reservoirs. Let's see some bigger things you got. So obviously Lake Tahoe, which I should have pulled it up here, that little news article. That would have been hilarious.
Dude, you got to at least show people a clip of it because it's funny. Okay, they act like their little their world's coming to an end over there.
Y'all need to go check out the full thing. I'm not going to play it because I don't want to get in trouble.
Oh, you can get in trouble for that?
I don't know if you can. I don't know if you get copyrighted, so I'm not even going into it. But look up Lake Tahoe bass fishing on YouTube. Click the second video from a Brandon Ritteman, I believe is how you pronounce it, and just listen. Just listen. It is probably the most absurd thing, if you're a bass fisherman, that you've ever heard. Essentially, they say bass are an invasive species. They are the reason that milfoil grows. And pretty much just saying how bass are somehow destroying the clarity of the lake, which makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah, the bass are responsible for making the lake dirty. That doesn't really make sense.
Yep.
Carp are known for that.
Are they?
But bass?
I didn't know that.
What, carp?
I thought they made water clear because they destroy. Oh no, it gets dirtier because they destroy vegetation, right?
Yeah. You ever seen them get up in the grass and just like freak out? Like tear it all up.
I have seen that.
Yeah, that's what I mean by making it dirtier.
Pyramid Lakes looks boring and deep. Well, let's see what you got. So if you're in Reno, let's look into what you got. Oh, yeah, Bullard's Bar. I heard is very fun. A lot of small fish, but it's actually like kind of pretty cool scenery. So this is like directly west of you.
That's all like desert stuff around there too.
Yeah, but it's like all clay is what it is. If you watch Greg Blanchard's channel, he's fished there before, and it's actually really cool.
Yeah, he was actually just out that way like a couple weeks ago, wasn't he?
I believe so.
Pretty sure he was at Clear Lake not long ago.
So here's Clear and here's Berryessa. So that's not a terrible drive. I mean, I don't know. I actually.
I've already Googled it. Clear Lake's 2 hours from Reno.
It's only 2 hours, then that's perfect, dude.
Yeah.
That's not bad at all. You can get in some really good fishing, obviously because of Clear. You'll forget all about those 6-pound smallmouth when you go to Clear Lake and catch some 10, 12-pound largemouth.
Oh my God, I would freak out. I've never caught a 10-pounder.
One of my friends who is on the Douglas Pro staff is a guide out on Clear Lake, and he said that I think he said it was like 8 or 9 days they went 40-pound bags in a row.
That would be insane.
Yeah, on jigs, traps, jerk baits, swim baits, big swim baits. Like,
yeah, that's what I want to
about
do.
everything. Yeah. So he says some of it gets crazy too when you have a couple days of hot weather where the water will then clear up, and then you can just sight fish giant fish up shallow.
That's nuts.
So just get yourself a HUD and go beat the bank and sight fish with big, huge swim baits and glide baits. That sounds like a blast.
Yeah. Down with
So
that.
you got Shasta up there. That's probably a little bit farther. Now I don't know the lay of the land for California much because I don't know where the Delta is.
Me neither. I've never looked at it on a map, honestly. I worked in San Francisco a couple years ago, and I was not a fan of that place.
Isn't it just a hill?
What, San Francisco?
Yeah, isn't it just a big hill?
It's like I guess geographically, yeah, I guess you're kind of on a hill for the most part, but you get this weird weather pattern from the bay there. In the middle of summer, it's like it could be freezing in the morning, like freezing cold. And there's so much fog that it doesn't warm up until like the evening time. And it might get to like 60 degrees. It's weird. And then later on in the year, it can get warmer or something.
Interesting.
They said, somebody said, there's like a saying, like, I'm probably going to butcher it. It's something like the coldest winter that San Francisco has is during the summer or something like that. They say something weird about it because the weather is literally really unique to that area. Because you can literally drive 20 minutes away from San Francisco and get out to the desert and be over 100 degrees. Whenever you get in San Francisco, you're going to be in like 60-degree weather. It's weird. And there's poop all over the place. Homeless people poop on the sidewalk. Not a place to vacation.
Oh my God. Science.
But it's weird. Like there's homeless people everywhere. Like I kind of feel bad, but you walk down the sidewalk and there'll be somebody like completely laid out, like a piece of lumber, like a 2x4 on the ground, covered up, and it looks like they're just dead, but they're just sleeping like a freaking mummy everywhere. In the weirdest spots too. You can come around the corner and be like, oh, my bad, like almost step on somebody like laying down, sleeping in the middle of the day.
It's probably like that. Do you remember, like, probably was it 5, 6 years, maybe even more longer than that, when there was that whole planking trend where everybody would plank in like really weird places? Yeah. It's like that. So people are just laying in random places.
Yeah, they're everywhere. There's Tent City.
That's
like
weird.
Like you see it in the movies. That's pretty much how it is. Like there's that many homeless people under some of the bridges.
Yeah.
And they scavenge things from the trash. Like they got bicycles and all kind of stuff. Anything somebody thrown away, they'll go snag it if it has any kind of use at all.
It's weird. So, dude, if you move to Reno, let me ask you this: if you move to Reno, obviously you're going after smallmouth. You're fishing some of these smaller Michigan lakes for largemouth, even some smaller bodies of water that I saw on your YouTube channel that you've been catching pretty big smallmouth. But now, if you move out west, what are you most excited for to try that you never really thrown before, or is unique to you, new to you? Obviously, you're going to be getting some experience with some new techniques, I would imagine. So, what are you most excited for to go fish out west?
Throw on the big soft swim baits, the big Huddlestons.
Yeah.
I've never done that.
Okay.
I could probably do it here. Or back home in Louisiana, but I just never did. I never threw them big swim baits like that. That's honestly, that's like kind of a California thing. Like,
it is. No doubt.
California's known for. So I just never have done it, and I'll definitely be going hard on that.
Yeah, it's a pattern that definitely originated on the West Coast and definitely has moved east. It works on the East Coast. Obviously not as effective as in the West with those bigger, those Clear Lake largemouth, as is what's most popular for. But dude, that throwing a big swim bait and the glide baits, that is a technique that can be so complex. I kind of relate it to jerkbait fishing, where jerkbait fishing can actually be very complex if you really go down the whole rabbit hole. Obviously, you nailed it on the head this spring with what you found. But when I had Nick Kuzvis on, pretty much essentially we talked jerkbait fishing for 45 minutes. And it can be very confusing because there's so many different variables that you have to do. It's not like throwing a trap where either you're straight reeling it or you're ripping it through grass, and that's about as far as that goes. I mean, there's some secret stuff you can do with it, but for the most part, it's very simple to throw. Whereas a jerkbait, you got cadence, you got suspending or floating, or like rising or sinking, and then you have line size, you have column of water, and then obviously you have pattern and detail, and it gets kind of crazy when you really dwell into it. So that's the swim bait thing. It would be pretty fun to actually take the time and actually really dive into it and see what works, doesn't work. But I mean, the one disadvantage that you hear about with big swim baits is you're going to have to go, 2-3 days of no bites to go a day of 5 huge bites.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where once it clicks, it makes it worth it.
Heck yeah, that would be sweet.
I would love to see you with
glide baits. I've never thrown glide baits, so that's going to be right there with the whole swim bait thing. Like, I've got to do both of those, and I need to just do them wherever I'm at to learn them and play with them. But
I was told
out there it's going to be a for sure thing.
Oh yeah,
like a dedicated combo for that out there.
I was told glide baits essentially, when you're starting to throw glide baits, it's essentially just picture it as a jerk bait, just not as aggressive, I guess, with cadence. Yeah.
Never
have you ever thrown them before? Have you ever thrown swim bait or glide? Dude,
I've thrown swim baits, small swim baits, nothing big. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I've thrown some pretty big glide baits, and then I've as far as swim baits, like the soft swim baits go, I've thrown like an 8-inch mag draft, 10-inch mag draft. Dude, the follows you get, it is ridiculous.
Really?
That's why you hear all time and time again how good of a search bait it is, because you just see these giant fish, even like 2-3 pounders will come up and check it out and nose it, bump the tail. It's pretty incredible how good of a search bait it is. It's a great practice bait, very good practice bait.
Really?
If you want to know if there's fish in the area.
Heck yeah.
You'll probably poop yourself if you go to Clear Lake and you throw that thing around for a while.
Oh, I'm sure I will. I freak out. I got to do so much editing in my videos when something crazy happens.
Yeah.
I'll freaking lose it, man.
Beep,
beep, beep, beep, beep, beep.
Speaking of that,
falling out.
Yeah. Speaking of that, dude, are you excited to do some filming and stuff over there? You probably could do some.
Oh, yeah.
You probably could get into some pretty cool filming if you go on some elk hunts and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, big time. I'm really excited for hunting. I feel like I'm almost more excited for the hunting than I am the fishing, because it's bass fishing. I've been bass fishing my whole life, but never been elk hunting.
Yeah.
Never been mule deer hunting. Never been pronghorn antelope hunting, and that's 3 big critters that they got out there.
Yeah.
So I'm really, really, really excited for that. I take hunting like a lot more serious. I take fishing serious, but I don't know.
I get what you mean.
Hunting's different.
Hunting
People
takes
call fishing a sport, but hunting is not a sport.
Yeah.
Hunting involves death.
Fishing, you can go cast randomly and get lucky and catch one. Whereas hunting, if you want to go, harvest a mature and obviously trophy class animal, it takes a lot of preparation. You don't stumble on that. I mean, in rare cases, I'm sure it happens, but you can't just go wander around the state land and then walk 100 yards and just stand there broadside for you. It takes a lot of work. So that's going to be pretty cool to put in that. It takes a lot of time. It takes, especially out there, that land too. You're going to have a lot more grunt work with, physically.
A lot more public land to hunt.
Yeah.
Like, I hunted Idaho a few years ago, and we were hiking 10 miles a day. That's pretty sweet.
That is pretty cool.
I've never been able to hike like that in one direction because, the tracts of land over in the east, they're not as, there's not as much land as there is out west, just to say it. And you almost got to plan out right walking through the woods if you really want to make a straight line 10 miles, Depending on where you're at. There's just so much. I mean, to be able to backpack and go that far in, that like you won't see a person for weeks out there sometimes in some of those areas. It's just completely unique compared to fishing out west or out east. Hunting out east. Can't talk right now.
Dude, I'll tell you, I really want to go to Idaho and fish. I can't even pronounce the lake of it. It's some funky name, but essentially it's you see Brandon Palaniuk fish a bunch. Basically, it's this lake where they tested submarines on out in Idaho, but it has gigantic smallmouth. It just looks incredible.
It's funny you say that because I have a friend that lives in Idaho and he's been fishing this lake right by his house, and it's a big lake. It's right by Sandpoint, Idaho.
Idaho.
He actually messaged me the other day asking about, what I like to use for smallmouth and stuff like that. And his daughter, she's like 3 or 4 years old. She caught one that was about 19 inches the other day on a flicker shad.
Oh, the old flicker shad.
Yeah, he sent me a picture. That was pretty cool.
Let's see.
Idaho Smallmouth.
Yeah, this is what it's. I have no idea how to pronounce this thing right.
Is it in northern?
Coeur d'Alene, I believe it's called.
Yeah, that's Oh, let me look, because there's a lake right by Sandpoint, like right by Sandpoint.
Gorgeous. I believe this is it.
Yeah, my grandma lives in Coeur d'Alene. And what? Brandon Palaniuk grew up right by that area.
I believe he fishes it because I saw on his Instagram, and I had his cameraman Kyle Van Dever on here, and he talked about them fishing it.
Yeah,
there's some cool shots. I'll have to pull them up in a little bit as we talk more.
There's one of those lakes around there. Like Michael Jordan has a vacation spot on. Matthew McConaughey has a vacation spot on one of those lakes. It could be that lake. It's either that one or the one up by Sandpoint. It might be the same lake. I don't even know. I'm trying to pull it up on the map so I can look at it.
Yeah. You said Michael Jordan has a place in Idaho?
It was either Michael Jordan or somebody screwing up all my information right now. I could have swore he said Michael Jordan, but it was either Michael Jordan or somebody with Nike that did something with the Jordan brand or some of the shoes. That even makes sense. I don't know. My buddy was telling me about it. But Matthew McConaughey is the one that got me. I was like, all right.
All right.
Now we talk.
Let's see. We're getting closer here. Pulling up a picture from Palaniuk's page.
Oh, wow. That's Australia. I'm over here looking for lakes. I'm like, golly, there's no green trees anywhere.
Pulling it up here. Let's see.
Oh, yeah. Here we go. And the cool thing about Idaho is you can get over-the-counter elk tags, non-resident. It's like $600. So you
I did not know.
Roll into town and get you an elk tag during elk season.
Sheesh.
Oh,
come on, where the heck is this picture? Sorry, guys, I'm live here. We're trying to find something here, so stick with us. Give it a second.
Research and development.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. The lake that my buddy fishes on is called Lake Pend Oriole.
Sorry, who? What now?
Lake Pend Oriole.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
There's big smallmouth in there too.
Kyle Van
and it's right by Canada.
Interesting.
Heckin' right.
There we go. I think this is it. I think I found it. Went to Kyle's page. Like, look at all the mountains and stuff in the back.
Yeah. Dude, legit, like the mountains we were hunting is not far from there.
Yeah, look at that. Look how beautiful it is. I don't know if I can. I think I can zoom in here.
It's insane there, dude. It's awesome.
Could you imagine fishing that? Skiing right after? That's incredible, dude. And then catching just giant smallies out in Idaho.
Heck yeah.
So Unforced requested for you to talk about your Ohio Muskie.
It was a big fish. It was huge.
Point made.
I caught a lot of crap about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
A lot of people were, after I posted that video, there's a bunch of people saying, oh, there's no way that was anywhere close to state record. And then, like, it was equal. Like, it was legit. Like, 50% of people were saying, no way, that's that's not close to the state record. Then another 50% were saying, like, oh my God, that's the biggest muskie I've ever seen. And I've caught big black drum in Louisiana. I caught halibut in Alaska. I caught like a lot of random ass species that are big.
Yeah.
And dude, that thing was heavy. That was legit like holding a sack of dog food out. Like it was that limp, like trying to hold it. I was like, oh my God. I could barely hold it. Like what you see in the video was like all I could hold. I had to edit out me like letting down, like because I was it was just a quick little thing for the camera. That thing was heavy.
Weigh it or measure it?
I didn't even have a freaking tape measure on me. I had held the thing down in the water and put my rod on the tip of his tail. I didn't even pinch his tail together. I just held the rod tip down there and made a little mark at the tip of its mouth. And I measured that when I got back, and that was 50 3/4 inches. So if I would actually laid it down and squeezed his tail, I'm sure, might have been able to get 51 out of it or whatever, but that thing was huge.
That's crazy.
I wish I would have been more prepared.
Yeah. I mean, how were you specifically targeting muskie?
No, I was going bass fishing.
So there's no way you could have known.
Yeah, I was going bass fishing. My girlfriend had my camera. She was following me around, just like like we always do out there. And I started seeing, it was spring. It was April actually, and I started noticing some muskie come up shallower, and I had missed one chasing my little swim bait. It was a little biospawn from a biospawn exo swim.
Yep.
And one of them chased it up to the bank, and I was like, holy crap, this was like 20, 30 inch or whatever. And then I walk up, the levee's super, super high on that dam, on that lake. And you can get up and you're literally like seeing what birds see whenever they fly over normal bodies of water. You're like that high up, and I can see everything down there. I'm like, holy crap, that's a fish that looks like a log.
Yeah.
Let me go try to catch that one. And I flipped it out at her and ran it right by her, and she just like went, Arr! Just like barely turned her big ass head and nipped it. And I didn't even set the hook hard. I just reared back on it because I wasn't sure if she had it. And I was trying to pull through, and dude, right in the top of the mouth. She bit it just enough. What's that?
What'd you throw? Like, what'd you catch on?
That biospawn exo swim.
Oh, right, you said that.
4-inch swim bait.
That's weird.
I think it's 4 inches.
I liked your visual representation of how the fish actually ate your swim bait.
Yeah, it wasn't much. It was just, she just like brought her head over and just snipped it. It wasn't anything violent. She didn't chase it or nothing. She was just chilling right there, and I just ran it by her and gave her the opportunity.
And you said you have a YouTube video of this?
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
Yeah,
it's got like 80,000 views or something.
Well, let's pull this up.
You can Google my name and then the word muskie after it, and there's like 5 or 6 different articles that people have done. Two articles, they contacted me and I know about it, but there's random articles that other people did about me and that fish.
And they didn't even contact you?
The other day. And they're sharing my video, so that's cool. I even say it in the video, like I admit to not being a muskie fisherman, and I was very unprepared and all this kind of stuff or whatever.
Yeah. I hear you. Let's see. Is this it? Catching a giant muskie from the bank?
Yep.
Let's watch her here.
How many views does it have?
Let's see. It's got 47,000.
Oh, it's the frogging video that's got like 80,000 in. Those are like my 2 biggest videos on there. They're a couple years old.
Okay, let's see. Let's skip to just for time.
Skip to the good stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Boom.
So you were that close to it.
Yeah.
What's going on with this video?
The sun was right, so she had just came out of the deep water. So she was in the shallows trying to warm up.
Oh, look at you all prepared with the lip grippers and everything.
Yeah, I always carried them just to in case I catch a pike or a small muskie.
See, that's smart. I'm not that smart to do that.
But dude,
I
that's a
just get
bass
mad.
setup right there. That's 15-pound fluorocarbon, like a 7-foot medium heavy rod.
I can see the loot. It's a Mach 1, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a
Those are the Lose
lose,
Mach 1.
a silver one, I think.
Yeah. You're
She
thumbing
didn't
that spool.
fight
Are
too
you thumbing
hard.
that spool like crazy?
What's that?
You thumbing that spool like crazy?
A little
It
bit.
looks
She
like
didn't
it. You're
strip too
thumbing it,
much,
you're jamming it.
honestly.
That's a damn alligator right there.
Yeah, she was huge. I didn't realize she was that big.
That's a dog snatcher. Look at you in your cute little pants.
Yeah.
Is that a patch or did you actually rip that?
Oh no, that's a rip. I just got long johns on.
Oh, I thought
underneath.
you were wearing pants that had a like an actual patch, like for fashion.
No.
I was gonna give you crap. That's funny. That thing is fat.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like so many people are giving me crap for them fish grips and all this kind of stuff. I was like, dude, I don't even care. She was a big fish. The only reason I said potential state record is because she was like, what, a half-inch over the state record in length, but I didn't get a weight. She was just fat. I don't know how much she weighed.
See, I absolutely hate catching pike, pickerel, and I don't mind muskie because I just haven't caught many of them. But this that'd be kind of cool. It's the teeth that kind of like, I've been cut so many times. Like, I don't know if I would want to get close to that thing.
Yeah, that's why I had those grips because I'm not experienced with those fish. So
yeah,
I didn't keep her out of the water long or anything like that. So
totally understand that.
That was cool. It was a cool experience. I really don't. I don't care to catch any more of them. Like that one I caught on Lake St. Clair on that tube. People were giving me crap on TikTok.
They're giving you shit. In the future, do not hold the fish by a clamp straight up. Good fish.
Yeah.
Never hold them just in a vertical hole. How are you supposed to know this stuff? I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, I'm not.
I want to find the worst comment, just because. Are they bad? Like, are there any really bad?
I don't think there was like a lot of bad ones. There was just people being pretty critical.
Let's see. Man, people are really getting on you about the fish grips.
Yeah. There's muskie fishermen are a different breed.
Yeah, I guess so. Man, I mean, what are you supposed to? I know there's like some gill. I mean, I don't know it personally, but there's like supposed to be some gill plate that you can grab.
Essentially, you can grab them on the inside of the gill plate and just
I've always done
hold them like that. But
yeah, I've done that with pike, and I still somehow get cut. Maybe I'm just stupid, and that's probably the case. But I mean,
like, I grab little alligators all the time back home. I'm not scared of no alligators, but the teeth on them muskie are freaking itchy. And fish are unpredictable. You know, my luck, I'll go to do the old grab and hold out, and they freaking flop around and tear my arm up or something.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't want to mess with it. I like my bass. I like being able to just grab onto the mouth and hold them, throw them back. Don't have to worry about no teeth. The worst thing you got to worry about is good old bass thumb. That's about it.
Oh, yeah, and if you're having a good day, you get bass palm right there.
Oh, yeah. You get it right on, like, the back of your thumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when you got all big and when they do that.
Good stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Forrest wouldn't know much about that.
Yeah. He gets tore up right there on the little tip of his.
Yeah. Now, he's the guy that uses his pointer finger and holds the lip, holds it like this.
Oh, yeah, holds it up like this.
Caught me a bass today, boys.
Check it out.
There's
hashtag
I'm
Google
not knocking
squad,
that.
hashtag Google baits.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
Notice me. Hashtag notice me.
No comment.
I'm just joking. Calm down, everybody.
Yeah.
I joke about it because it's one of them things that, like, everybody is in a race to beat somebody else too, and like it's a fad thing. And I do not like doing what everybody else does.
No.
So that's why I joke around about it.
Yeah, no, 100%. It's being original, and I agree with you along the lines of that. Is I'll make my own content, and if I grow, I grow. If I don't, whatever. I still like doing it. I'm not doing it to be famous. I'm not doing it to, try to make money. If I do, great. But if I don't, that's not why I started doing it. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not calling people out. I'm not trashing people. I'm not bashing you or anything for what you do. My point of saying is I don't agree with people going out and trying to copy someone else. I feel like if you're fishing, you're filming to copy someone else, I feel like then you're almost doing homework rather than creating your own content.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
And I think a lot of the younger people, they just like really, really look up to some people. So naturally, whenever they create their content, it's going to be just like them, just like the people they look up to.
Yeah. When you're young, when you start watching things. So let's take the Googans for example. With their content, they've done an amazing job of reaching a demographic that's at a younger age. So like, let's take like a 13, 14-year-old that's getting into fishing sees them. That's, they don't experience much on, let's say, like, versus watching trying to think of somebody, maybe like a Jacob Wheeler, let's say. I'm trying to think of another YouTube account that's along the lines of a tournament angler where they don't see that, but they grow up watching the Googans. That's kind of how they get their vibe of creating content, I guess, is what I'm trying. If you understand where I'm trying to go with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's cool. They've done a lot for the sport. I think, there's so many people that will ask me, like, I don't know if I should start a YouTube account because there's so many. I'm like, I mean, if you're making it just to try to get big, you're not really making it for the right reason. I mean, good for you to try to make it big, but
you gotta love fishing and you gotta love filming.
Yeah.
Or you gotta want to share your experience.
Yeah. If you like to share,
it's such an oversaturated market. If you're gonna jump into it to try to be the next big thing, good luck, buddy.
Yeah, good luck.
But
which you might be able to. I mean, some people just take off, but at the same point in time, you should be doing it because you have fun doing it, not because you're sitting there and you're statistics hungry, you're analytics hungry, you're trying to just grow, and that's all you care about is numbers, and not care about what you're posting and what kind of effect you might have. But I don't know. I guess that's my two cents. People can have different opinions, and I totally respect that, and I will totally debate them. Not really debate, but talk about it. So I think it's kind of interesting when you look at it. I love analytics, but I also love kind of how people mold their, I guess not social media profiles, I guess I'll call it. But, which I gotta say, your TikTok account, I absolutely love just because of the jokes and how you bounce back and forth between fishing videos, making fun of squatted trucks. And that's pretty much about all your TikTok is.
Yeah.
And hot pocket videos.
People seem to like the goofy videos a lot more than the fishing stuff, though.
Yeah, I hear that. Yeah, I'm starting to crack the code of algorithms in TikTok.
Are you?
Yeah, you don't just post a picture or a video of a fish getting caught. You are supposed to I'll post a video of like me releasing a fish, and I'll get like 500 views. But then I'll post the same exact video, and in the video add text saying like, "What's your PB?" And then it'll get like, I have like 15,500 views and like hundreds of comments. And like apparently, if you just ask questions, it's like you crack the code.
It's more interactive.
Yeah, engagement.
More interactive with your audience.
Yeah.
I don't do that. I mean, I do it every now and then, I guess. But guess who's back? Wow. No, but the cool thing about TikTok, Gerald Swindle follows me on there. He comments on my videos every now and then. So he watches my stuff.
That's pretty cool.
To have him watch my stupid videos and comment stuff every now and then, that's pretty cool. I've looked up to that dude for a long time.
Yeah. Dude,
he's in agreement with all the squatted truck stuff, by the way. he's on the same page.
You should make a video and then tag Gerald Swindle and just say how Gerald Swindle drives squatted trucks and leave it just at that and see what happens.
Wait for him to respond.
Yeah, just see what he does.
He'll
I feel
probably
like
think that's
you
goofy.
probably get a really funny duet.
Yeah.
I've been telling Forrest, the only guy who was commenting on this video, besides Josh
Forrest
Smith.
is the real MVP, I will say.
Yeah. I've been telling Forrest to get a TikTok, and you won't do it.
We appreciate you, Forrest.
He goes, Zach's
TikTok,
officially made it.
I mean, it can get you in trouble, or you can have a fun time on it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff on there other than fishing and jokes, and you ain't even got to look for it. You can scroll through there and, not for kids. You know what I mean?
I saw G-Man driving down the street in a squatted Tundra.
Big oof.
Yeah, huge oof.
Huge oof. We're going to have to cancel. We're going to cancel G-Man.
Oh, that's funny. I would love to have Gerald on this podcast just to learn his story, because I feel like he talks about stories all the time, but I've never heard how he got into fishing.
Me neither. That's strange.
Yeah. Maybe I'll send the old Instagram DM, and hopefully he answers me 8 months down the road and tells me no, he doesn't want to come on.
He's one of the ones I've looked for on podcasts, and I don't think I ever found any podcasts that gave out his backstory.
No, he goes on a bunch of them, but he doesn't really talk his childhood type of deal, kind of thing, like roots. At least that I've seen, but he's on a bunch of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I haven't listened. I haven't heard one where it talked that deep into it.
Yeah. Are you a fan of Stray Cats by chance?
Yeah, I've listened to them.
All right, we talked about this
Not lately.
You should listen to the one with Gerald and James Watson, because it is absolutely hilarious.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, they get a Tommy Biffle guest appearance, and that's pretty funny.
Is that a recent one?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I have to look that up.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Well, all right, dude. We're gonna end this in a second here, but cause we're already going on over an hour. I don't want to keep you too long, because now you're a working man, so I understand you got to get up and get to work tomorrow.
It's still daylight right now.
Get Zach to make a TikTok to get him on the pod. Oh, there you go.
Hey.
Wait, is he asking you to make
magic?
I don't know if he. What? Oh, I read that wrong. I thought he was trying to have you make a TikTok right now.
I think he's talking about getting G-Man on the podcast with the TikTok power.
Yeah.
The power of the talk.
That'll be our last resort.
Yeah.
I'll try the old DM first. How I usually go about things.
That would be cool.
Yeah, that is actually how we met, was through that. But Forrest is the one that introduced me to you.
Yeah, he hooked us up.
Yeah,
and now we don't be lonely at fishermansonly.com.
Fishermansmeat.com.
Yeah. Ooh, ew. No. Don't say that. You got to spell that one out.
Yeah. I'm surprised it's not a thing. Like the farmersmeat.com and stuff like that.
Ooh.
It's time to call it.
Yeah. We haven't been drinking.
I'm
2 Mountain Dews deep in this one.
All right, dude. Just want to say appreciate you taking the time, though. It's been a blast. Always a pleasure. Hopefully, before you leave for the West Coast, we can get out fishing at some point, and hopefully I can head over to St. Clair in the spring.
Yeah, I think it could happen. Next year's a long ways off, so we got plenty of time to get that done.
Yes, sir. I'm going to leave.
Wormtickler.net. I'm Googling that as soon as I get off. We're gonna see.
Oh, boy. Well, I will leave you to that, but like I said, always a pleasure, dude. Have a good night, and we'll talk soon.
All right, you too. Appreciate it.
All right, man. Take care. All right, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed that podcast there with Zach. It's always a pleasure. Thank you to those who joined and watched the live. If you have not watched the live, you're probably listening to this through the podcast apps that you can view the Serious Angler podcast on. So thank you guys again for tuning in. Super appreciate it. And we will see you guys next Monday. And so this is going to be a current trend every Monday night. It's usually going to be 7:30 or 8 o'clock. Andrew, unfortunately, could not join us tonight. He will join us for a future podcast. But the Monday podcasts from now on are all going to be live on the YouTube channel. And then every Wednesday and Friday are going to be viewed as normal through the podcast apps and will be uploaded to YouTube at 6 a.m. per usual. So thank you guys again, and we'll see you guys next time.